What is up, everyone? How you guys doing? So, week 6 of season 9 has just ended. We went 2-1. We want to go 3-0 because that will guarantee us back into Plat 3. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So we're going to review the week. It was a pretty good week nonetheless. So we look back at what we've done right and what we could have done better. Before we begin, if you like this video, don't know that I stream live on Twitch. So come hang out and let's begin. Alright, so for those of you who do not know, Thanos Endgame has just been released at this point of recording. And is he going to change much? He's going to make whatever Annihilator the defense that you see right now a little bit stronger, in my opinion. I mean, you still need like Thanos, not Thanos. You still need characters like Gladiator for your team to work well. That being said, he's pretty good because wait, let me see his speed. I actually do not know his speed. 123 is not the worst in my opinion. That being said, he does have pretty good abilities that aren't restricted, right? For example, his special does apply stun, expose, and trauma. And this expose is really nice because expose, what this does is that generates ability energy to random allies that were not at full energy. So currently, one of the common themes that you see on defense is the Annihilators with Skrull and Val. And people might just run with that team and maybe put him in, so you have energy galore, a lot of energy. Room 6 as well, a lot of energy given because of the room rules when you ult. So it'll be really interesting to see how he will change that. I think that people who are not prepared are going to be very surprised going into the room. Sorry. So yeah, I think this is going to be very interesting for this last round of Crucible. Yeah, it is the last week for this current room rules, and we're going to get a new one in the upcoming week. So yeah, I think he does pretty well. This ability is also pretty nuts because you're able to. So I don't know what's the official term for it. I'm just gonna say it's like a decay, where you basically, instead of removing positive effects, it reduces the cooldown or the duration of the positive effects. So what this basically means is that any positive effects, including safeguard, instead of it being removed, you basically count it down by 2 turns. So you're basically accelerating the duration, you're accelerating its timer, and I think it's very interesting how this is going to work. Obviously, a lot of teams have, especially against Crucible based teams, you will have safeguard, so it's going to be very interesting to see how people firstly use them on offense but also counter them. So yeah, I think Thanos is actually a pretty great kit. I don't think it's a good not good plug and play value, but I think it'll be pretty nice to see how that works out for it as part of the team. All right, so let's look at the past results. So round 1 we went up against Bud. He actually commented on the video that I posted on YouTube, so it's pretty nice. I think we each dropped an attack. So for room 1, he had new warriors. I used Tangled. The Tangled team, it works because their buffs are mostly Crucible offense only. So yeah, room 2, Superior 6, pretty nice. Room 3, we did the SD Lizard. I think in this fight, Noah one-shotted, not really one-shot, but the Blitz basically killed off my Lizard before we take a turn, which was pretty nuts. Still won though, so it is what it is. Room 4, Illuminati works pretty nicely, obviously. Room 5, we decided to just screw it and use APOC here. And then room 6 was where I kind of messed up. I totally forgot that ultimates give energy, and so I was fully expecting for him to special, and he actually altered and took out like 3 of my members, and I lost the fight from there. It was still a pretty easy cleanup. As for defenses, it did pretty okay. Like it was a big punch downs everywhere, but we managed to get a win over here. He used the Annihilators, but it with Old Man Logan, but wasn't enough. Whether this changes with a character like Thanos remains to be seen. That being said, I think that the team here is a little bit too fast. and this team can't handle them. So it is what it is. In my opinion, he should have just brought Superior 6 from the very start. As you all know, I like the Superior 6 comp into that. And everything else went pretty okay. APOC here, pretty nice. And this one was pretty close, but eventually his scroll was a little bit bigger than mine. So yeah, but GG's. The next one we went up was against Dimitri. Dimitri actually dropped an attack, for what I remember. We did struggle a little bit because he had Apocalypse on defense. So in room 1, he had the APOC with heroes, with the 4 horsemen, and we actually used this team. The reason why I brought Mysterio, even though I love him so much, the reason why I brought Mysterio is because Mysterio with the Superior 6 members prevents immunity, and this helps out quite a bit because Thanos it's not easy control at the start because of the immunity with Safeguard. So this prevents the immunity. I'm able to control him and the rest of the members very, very easily. So it took a while, but eventually we got the job done. Room 2, we decided to gamble a little bit. We used the New Worlds with Lizard. It was a comp that people remember from the days where this team was a lot more prevalent. So yeah, it was pretty close, but on a 600k punch up, it worked out pretty well. Room 3, so Nick Fury with North Star, no villains with Cabal. So the reason why this works is because Nick Fury spawns with speed up, and Nick Fury on his specials spreads the buffs on him to the rest of the members, and so this means that the rest of the members will get speed up without requiring a crit from a villain. And I used North Star because Dom was here. I want to remove all the revives with his ultimate, so it worked out pretty well. So yeah, you don't need to just restrict yourself to villains, you know, 2 heroes and you're still able to clear it pretty fine. So yeah, room 4 was a little bit of a problem because I had all my weapons used elsewhere. I only had the SD left. This didn't work out, so I had to sack and eventually managed to clear it pretty well. So yeah, so I just needed to sack because of that. And then room 5, I wanted APOC in here because I didn't want SD here. The problem with SD going to sus is that they take a lot of turns, because he takes a lot of turns because SD has a lot of buffs. So you know, and I wanted Castro there so that it stopped the Greg. Unfortunately, if you watch the video, what happened was that Sus killed Castro, and then when she went below 50% health or something, she spawned another Greg, the second Greg, and then the Greg had taunts, and then Thanos could not Thanos, Apocalypse couldn't punch him. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Eventually he still got the win on the cleanup, and then this actually worked out pretty well. Illuminati without Captain Britain into Extreme. With the rogue version, I don't think it will work, but I think that this is still pretty nice for those of you who do not have Captain Britain. As for defenses, the same old. He used Ares, which is quite interesting. This works out pretty well. This also works out pretty well. And then he couldn't clear this because he didn't have enough resources. So even though another second person who used Annihilators, but unfortunately because he doesn't have the arena buffs, then this team fell apart pretty easily. And eventually he ran out of steam in room 3. Room 2 and room 1 were pretty much normal. All right, and the third round, this is where I lost out. So this is pretty interesting. I took out Emma and I put in Emma instead of Iron Man. This makes sure that my hand is able to go before Green Goblin, which is quite crucial because in this room with Raider on Green Goblin, he clears any ability blocks. So the only thing I would change is that I'll bring Hank Pym to a skirmisher so that when he outs, he puts both ability block and trauma. And then, this works out pretty fine. This one, I made a big mistake. I should have just brought Tago in instead of Kang and Echo. I should have just brought this so that Weaver goes before Nightcrawler. And then everything else worked out pretty well. So this team works well in room 4. The Lizard version doesn't work in room 4, but the Vulture one does. And then room 5 was a little bit ugly, but we managed to get it with SD. And then room 6, you know, it was still pretty nice. Even this Ultimus this small managed to almost kill off Sasquatch. As for defenses, everything, you know, was crushed. You know, it's a big punch down for him. The only thing that he dropped was that he needed to sack this, but once the sack happened, you know, it was smooth. It was smooth sailing for him. Sorry, a lot of phlegm in my throat. I've been talking too much today. So yeah, it is what it is. I failed the last hurdle. That one mistake of using not using Tango Web, kind of ruined it. So that it is what it is. So yeah, so probably gonna keep up the same. It's the last week. I might change something up in the middle. I still do not have any members of Annihilators, unfortunately. Copley has not blessed me with any Annihilators members. I still do not have Gladiators, so I can't really change my defense up that much. That would not hamper my offense. So it is what it is. That being said, I think that we should still be good going in. I'm very excited to see what Thanos changes, whether he changes anything or he changes nothing at all. And yeah, this is the last week. There's a CC tournament coming up with the envoys. Remember to vote. My vote is for Doki Dad to rage. So so it is what it is. It is inevitable. That being said, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Do let me know what are your thoughts going into the final round and how you feel about Thanos Endgame. Do also like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And do note that I stream live on Twitch. Link is down in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, be good to yourselves and the people around you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.